Hello, we are live. Hi, everyone on the internet. This is Dabl Club and Venture Miner presenting the fourth day of Agent Camp San Francisco. We've been hacking in the EthSF hackathon. We've been hacking in the OMI hackathon. And I'm really excited to bring on some awesome presenters today. Rather than give you the same intro that we gave every single day before this, we're going to skip right into the presentations and show you some awesome presentations. Specifically, we're going to be bringing up Alex from Reactive Network to tell you more about the how to use reactive smart contracts. As well, we are going to show you more bounties and more sponsors of the EthSF hackathon. So stay with us. You can find the agenda on our Luma. Thank you. Yeah, you can figure that out. Does that come from home?
Yeah.
What? Can you hold the mic and type at the same time? Sure. Well, my mic will be the mic that's receiving you for the internet.
This one.
Yeah, but this will be receiving for the internet. So.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Alex from Reactive Network. I'm a tech lead of this project, and I'd like to show you today the power of reactive network and reactiveness that we are working on. So we are the sponsors of EthSF hackathon. So we provide some bounties. So stay tuned, and the last slide of my presentation will be about bounties. So reactive smart contracts is a new and innovative way of actually working with events, on-chain events from smart contracts with on-chain action. So basically, all the EVM events that are emitted by smart contracts could not be interacted with on-chain. So you can write a third-party app that will connect to your node.
Switch.
Yep. Okay. Check. Check. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So yeah, reactive smart contracts interacting with smart contract events on-chain with on-chain actions. So reactive smart contracts are written in Solidity, deployed to reactive network, can subscribe to events that are emitted by smart contracts on all major mainnet chains like Ethereum mainnet, Base mainnet, BNB, Smart Chain mainnet, and others like Avalanche. And you can interact with those events, you can subscribe to those events, and you can emit the callbacks. So this thing allows you to do some cross-chain interoperability and some automations. So in a nutshell, this is how it works, the simplified scheme on how to work with that. So imagine you have a smart contract that is deployed to origin chain, and it is emitting some event, as you can see over here. Your reactive smart contracts is actually reacting to that event and is being called when this event is emitted. And optionally, it can emit the callback that will be actually called on your destination chain. Destination chain may be the same as the origin chain. For instance, it can be Ethereum mainnet, or it may be a different chain, for instance, Base mainnet. And this allows you to create some interesting things that I'm going to speak a little bit more about. So let me jump to a quick demo, since this is a workshop. I'm going to show you the source code for the reactive smart contracts. So basically, what we have here is the demo, the basic demo of the reactive smart contract in a nutshell. This is the contract that is deployed to L1. So for this example, I'm going to use our testnet, and it is going to be Sepolia, Ethereum Sepolia testnet. So this contract is already deployed. I've made a deployment about a day ago for previous demo, so I decided to just reuse it and not to waste Ethereum for the gas costs twice. So this is the basic contract that I'm going to call, and as you can see, it's going to emit event called received over here. So it's going to do only that. It's going to send back me my ether that I've spent for calling it, and it's going to do just that. It's a plain demo. I just want to emit some event, and I want to do it on my command. Then there's going to be another contract that is deployed to Ethereum Sepolia that is called callback contract. And this contract will be actually called outside from the reactive network, and we could see what exactly being caused of this call. So we could see the origin transaction, the sender, and all that stuff. And then the third contract is actual reactive contract that is deployed to the reactive network testnet named public. And this reactive contract is actually responsible for reacting to the events. So it's a short version. It's it don't have any complicated or sophisticated logic over here. What you can see here is that in the constructor we are subscribing to events. Over here, we are subscribing to Sepolia chain ID over here as we are passing this to the constructor. We are passing the contract address deployed to the Sepolia and the topic 0 as a parameter. The rest parameters are basically wildcards, and we are ignoring them as we want to catch all these events. And this is the React function that actually will be called on the reactive network when the event from the subscription is emitted on the Sepolia testnet. And if the topic 3 is larger than certain criteria, certain threshold, then we will emit the callback. And here we can specify what exactly should be the payload for this contract, for this callback, sorry. And that's how you can pass some data to your contracts via the callback to trigger some actions in order to do something if certain event is emitted. So let's go on for the fast demo. So this is my L1 contract that is actually emitting the events. Over here you can see that it's emitting received events. The last event was 4 hours ago. So let me trigger my MetaMask. I'm going to copy the address of this contract. My MetaMask for Sepolia, I'm going to send, this is the address, and I want to send like 0.1 Sepolia Ether. Okay, and for the network fee, I want to be aggressive and I want to be my transaction to be mined as fast as possible. So this transaction is currently being mined, and oh, it's already confirmed. So let's refresh this page to see what happened. No, looks like no events were emitted. Maybe the yeah, here we go. There's the transaction. The Etherscan was going to index that transaction, so nothing appeared here. So you can see that it was emitted like 29 seconds ago, just as I was talking to you here, guys. And now we can proceed to our scanner. It's reactscan.net for the mainnet scan and copley.reactscan.net for the testnet version. And here we can see that we have a reactive transaction over here called 30 seconds ago, and we can see the details about it. So we can see that it interacted our contract, our reactive smart contract over here. So the origin transaction that was triggering the event that this reactive smart contract is subscribed to is over here on Cipole. And we provided a callback to destination chain, which is Cipole in our case. And this is the transaction for that. And if we open that transaction, we could see and check. So we can see that it was a successful transaction over here. And it actually produced some logs with callback received even. And if we check our code, here's the callback contract that is supposed to be called in response of reactiveness of our contracts is the callback received. So you can see that the loop has been finished. The reactive smart contract handled that event and emitted the callback, which was handled gracefully. And that's how our reactive smart contracts are working in a nutshell. So, as I promised to you, the bounties. So we have pretty big bounties for this EthSF hackathon. We have the main track and we have the side track. Please feel free to apply. We will distribute the funds and the prizes probably on Sunday if everything goes smoothly. Yeah, so feel free to apply and feel free to reach me out for any questions. You can also join our Reactive Devs Telegram group if you have any questions, or just feel free to approach me and ask anything. And basically, that's it. Thanks, everyone. Colin?
Thank you very much. That was
you.
great. So if anybody wants to find Reactive Network, you can obviously come over and talk to Alex directly here. You can also join our chat group and find him right here at the closing ceremony on Sunday. So I encourage everyone to come to the final closing ceremony after the hackathon is over. I'd like to invite Florian to come up and talk to us about Self, XYZ. If you are not familiar with Self, it's a project that's been built out of the Cello ecosystem. I'm really excited to learn about Self myself. See that, Joe?
I think I'm sharing my
Okay, let me do that. There you go.
yeah. Give me a second. I should do something.
Yeah, let's plug in the cool mic.
Thanks for calling the cool.
I'm going to give you a new mic in a second. I think it's a cool mic. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yeah. USB-C adapter. Yeah.
Just looking at that. This works. Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Hello, everyone. We're going to switch over to the better mic. Where's the mic settings? Where's the mic set? Where's the mic set? There it is. Audio. Mic.
Yep.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We are live on the cool mic. This helps you so you can use the computer at the same time. That's right on to you.
Sounds good.
Need the taller one anymore.
All right, how is everyone doing? Great, super happy to be here today to talk a bit about self. So just as a heads up, who here has ever participated in like an airdrop, for instance, in crypto, that's been gamed by people that try to create like thousands of addresses to be able to claim the airdrop many times? Who here has ever like done an airdrop in crypto ever? Okay, maybe a few people, not many. Maybe more of an AI audience here. Okay, more of an AI question then. Who here has ever like been like on social media, for instance, looking at Twitter and seeing a post with many replies, but was not sure like which reply comes from a human or from a bot? Now that LLMs can generate them super easily, especially with agents. Okay, so basically to give some context, today there's a kind of like critical question online, which is to be able to know which users are real humans or not, right? Because it's becoming easier and easier to create agents, to create bots, to use AI, to basically fake being a human being online. And today it's kind of hard to know who is a real human or not, right? You could try to check, okay, like are different requests coming from different IPs, but like this can be gameable. And it's actually quite a tricky question. But the really nice thing is that most humans have something pretty useful that most people here, I think, in this room have, which is a passport. And the really nice thing, or like other ID documents, the really nice thing about those documents is that today, most often they have a chip. So in your passport, if you're like a US person, you have a chip in your passport. If you're also a European, most countries, even China, you have a chip in your passport. And the really nice thing that Self allows you to do is to use this chip, use the content of this chip to do proofs about yourself. And how does that work? So basically, when the government issues your passport, they put all of your data on the chip, and they also put a signature. And this signature kind of proves that it's a valid passport, that you can't create a fake passport with it, all right? Now, if I wanted to prove to someone that I have a valid passport, I could read this data from my passport with my phone, with NFC, and get the content of the chip, and then send it with the signature. But the issue is that to be able to send all of this data to the verifier so they can check the signature, I would have to send all of my private data. And it's very private, right? It's like data from my passport, name, date of birth. I don't want to share it with everybody. And so what we're working on at Self is being able to use zero-knowledge proofs, which is a very new kind of cryptography that allows you to hide some of the data from your passport, but still prove that it's valid. And I guess an image is worth 1,000 words. So I'll just like demo it right now. So let me, you know what? Let me do that on one side and that on the other side. Okay, does that work? Yeah, looks good. Yep. So basically, this is my actual passport. I already scanned it with my phone. I'm not gonna do it again because we're like live streaming, so I don't wanna show my data. But basically I scanned it already, so now I have my self-identity on my phone. And now I'm gonna be able to do zero-knowledge proofs of specific things from my passport. For instance, I'm gonna be able to prove that I'm above 18 or above 21, or prove that I'm from a specific country without revealing any of the other private data, without revealing my name or all of the other things. So, okay, we're on the playground. For instance, let's say I want to reveal my nationality, or an application needs me to reveal my nationality, but I don't want to reveal my name because it's very private. I need to prove that I'm above 21. Maybe I also need to prove that I'm not on the OFAC list, which is the list of sanctions people by the US. So this means that I can do business with a company in the US if I'm not on this list. And I can also exclude some countries that, same thing, are on the OFAC list, for instance, North Korea or Iran, and that some businesses in the US just can't do business with. So here I'm gonna open the app and scan a QR code. This is after I scanned my passport already, right? And now I see all the things that I'm gonna disclose. Nationality, I'm not on the OFAC sanctions list, age is over 21. And then when I do hold to verify, it's gonna generate a zero knowledge proof specifically over my passport data, but while redacting all of the data that is private, so that this is the only thing that I reveal. And then it says proof verified, and it verified it on the playground. This is just like a playground application that we use to try it, but you can of course integrate this into your own app. So the reason why I think this is so interesting today, especially with builders like you that build on top of AI, is that we're gonna basically get into a world in which it's like super easy to create new content because you got like LLMs that can generate so much content. But what's gonna be hard now is not like generating this content or getting it. It's about knowing the source, right? Like, where is it from? Is it from an actual human? Or is it just some like stuff that has been generated by GPT 3.5 for like a few cents that did like a bunch of pages or like random tweets that try to manipulate the market or manipulate an election or something similar. And so now that I've given some context, I can tell you a bit more about how to build on Self. So there's a few different applications that I think are interesting. One, if you want to do an airdrop, for instance, or anything in crypto that necessitates to know like who is a real human or not, you can integrate Self right now, and you can check that your users have real passports without having them disclose their private information to be able to know if you should airdrop them or not, for instance. You can also do kind of compliance checks. So for instance, if you have to pay someone, you don't want all their private identity documents because you don't want to have to secure them. They also maybe don't want to give them because you might leak them. And it's also super private information, like sending a photo of your ID online is like not really a best practice. And also now it's not even secure. Like it's not even very useful because you can just create deepfakes of like identity documents and you're gonna be able to send them anyway. And so as a verifier, you're not learning much. And with Self, you can't really cheat because it's based on like the actual signature that's in the passport. So you can't like deepfake that in any way without breaking the cryptography, which is not practical. So if we just want to take a super quick look at basically how it works to integrate Self, and I'm not gonna go super deep on it because I think whoever here is interested, you're gonna be able to just look at the docs or come and chat with us. But basically, the TLDR is that it's just a few lines of code. And instead of just telling you that, I'll show you the actual few lines of code. So basically on one side, you're gonna generate a QR code, which is the QR code that you just saw, which you do by doing something like that. This is an example that we did a few weeks ago called Self Birthday, Happy Birthday. And basically it's just like, if you prove that you have a passport and it's your birthday, you win $100 and you can just claim it and it's still alive. So you're gonna just say, like, you're gonna just initialize your QR code with our SDK. And as a developer, you choose what you want the user to disclose. They're gonna see what they have to disclose. And so in this case, we just wanna know the birthday of the person. So we just want them to reveal their date of birth. And then on the other side, we just have a same thing, simple SDK that verifies the proof. So you can store it in your backend, you can use it on chain. For instance, in this case, it sends the proof directly on chain. And then if it's the person's birthday, the transaction will go through and we'll send them $100. So this is like a simple example. If you have questions on it, you can just DM us. But if you look at the code, it should be pretty explicit. And for this hackathon, for the EthSF hackathon, we have 4K in bounties total, 2.5, 1.5, and 500. And we're basically gonna give them to the best projects that build themselves, whatever like the topic. I think there's a bunch of interesting things to do, like even wallet recovery. You could like have your passport be a signer of your wallet. Or there's a bunch of things to explore. So yeah, if you have questions, just scan this QR code. You'll see the page in which we describe the bounties, and then you can get into the group chat to chat with us. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's
Excellent. Any questions? Thank you, guys. Thank you, Flora.
thanks.
Olivia.
That's a great question. So the nice thing is that if you buy a fake passport, you're gonna have something that looks like a passport. But inside of this, there's a chip, right? This is what this little chip symbol means. And this chip has some cryptographic signature by the government. And basically, you're gonna have a really hard time buying a fake passport with this signature because like the issuer, the US like government, they secure their infrastructure really well. And so like this is not really easy to fake or forge basically because of this chip. Does that make sense? Oh, when you scan. So when you scan, you read the content of the chip with your phone. So just like when you do Apple Pay, like you know when you do Apple Pay, it does like contactless, like NFC. Like it does basically chats with the payment terminal like directly. You do the same thing. And so you like, if it's a fake passport, it's not gonna work. Yeah, exactly. Does that make sense? It will give you an error message, yeah. Does that make sense? Nice. Great. Other questions?
Thank you, Lauren. We've got 80 people watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Up next, we're going to bring up Dennis. We're going to dive into some tutorials. I know you guys have enjoyed Mateus every day. He's our MVP of the AI Bootcamp. I should introduce him again for those who don't know him. But he hosted AI to Web 3 Bootcamp right here in San Francisco just last year during October during EthSF. And yeah. I'm gonna switch mics.
I was gonna slip through your screen. The main guy now.
If you guys want to take a bathroom break, the bathrooms are on the right, but as you walk towards the elevator, we also have lovely waters in the fridge.
30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. What are they thinking?
She won't be here for another 30 to 45 minutes, so
Okay.
at least 30 to 45, then I can wait when she's here, probably 45.
Okay.
We go for an hour. We do multiple things.
Did send me the mix. I told my wife about the parts. It's not true.
Oh, great.
I'm still wait. Okay.
Replit is down today, so if that was planning, what you were planning to demo, then I'm sorry. We've taught Cursor, Replit, V0, VS Code with client extension. What are we going to teach today, Mateus?
Hello, everyone. Let's get us started. We're going to teach how to build smart contracts, how to connect them to Polygon using Cursor.
I'll give her an inject for you.
Also, I want to remind people that there is a demo day coming up. So if you're looking for demo day, you can find it on that same QR code right there. Demo day is going to be over at the Zoe House just down the street. It should be a really good time. The Zoe House is a really beautiful co-working, and I wouldn't even call it a co-working space. It's a club for DJs and Web3 people in San Francisco. They moved here. They also have a location in Bangalore in Whitehall. So if you join the Zoe Club by buying an NFT, you can go around the world to their different locations. I think they just opened up a Zoe Hotel in New York as well, so you can actually stay in the Zoe properties. So Zoe is going to host our demo day on Friday night from 5 to 7:30. If you want to get approved for that demo day, come talk to me and I'll make sure I get you approved. It might be a little hard to get in. So if you have a demo from the bootcamp and you want a demo at Zoe, come let me know. It's also going to be co-hosted with BitAngels, and you can go sign up on that QR code.
Give me the mic in there. There's like,
Florent, do you have the mic? The Florent bead? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Please look out with the mic.
yeah, maybe we lost the mic. Those wireless mics, they're great, but they have this problem. They don't have wires. And then you forget them at places. It happens. So hello everyone, it's nice to see you all here again. I see some friendly faces, familiar faces. Who was here yesterday? It's most of you, right? Kedar wasn't, but you know most of the things that I'm going to speak about. Some familiar faces too. So I'm going to do a short lesson session actually about the generating code with AI again, but now using smart contracts. You probably have heard of those smart contracts. Those are little pieces of code and programs that are meant to be run inside blockchains, inside virtual machines that run inside blockchains. So it's different from those computer environments that we have here. They are not meant to target like a laptop, a GPU, a CPU, whatever. They are meant to target a VM, for example, Ethereum, virtual machine, the EVM and all. And they are very different to work with. So whenever you use normal coding tools for working with smart contracts, they hallucinate a lot, even more than the normal hallucination that we have. So this is the lesson that I'm going to speak about.
Sound good.
Yay, got my mic back. That's good. Wonderful. Infinity mirror. So we're going to use Cursor for coding, and I'm going to suggest some techniques for us to get started well. Who remember what is a good suggestion for us to avoid smart contracts to hallucinate with things? Jackie suggested a technique. Let's see who remembers that. Raise your hand. You raise your hand, Jackie. The technique that you mentioned that you did to have good suggestions on AI on as hallucinations. Starting with a template. Giving it context. Giving it context. Managing context, giving it a template. Let me show why. Let me pick ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a good application for AI. I guess everyone would agree that yes, right? It's very smart, a lot of investment in this. Okay, so I can ask like, how would you suggest me to create smart contract and connect it to the app. Let's see what GPT-4 and now they suggest. They suggest chains like Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, okay. So they are using Solidity at version 0.8.93, which is not that bad. But you know what is the current version of Solidity right now? 0.8.28, unless they have launched a new one. I can pay you a pizza if you know what happened at 0.8.20. Raise your hand. I'm not pizza. First zero rings a bell. First zero. That is I can show that real quick. So there was a change. We showed that for you. What did I do? Oops, that was by accident. So Solidity change log. If you go for the version 8.20, oh my God, we are in the 29 already. It was released. Yes, yesterday. I need to catch up. Sorry about that. Should have checked this today. So in the version 0.8.20, we had this assembler change to change the push zero. It's not important in the context of what we're doing today, of course, but these little changes, for example, may make your smart contract compatible or not compatible with what we changed just because of one change. Okay, this wasn't the worst suggestion I had from AI, which was a very good suggestion, but still is using an outdated version of Solidity that may give me problems. If I go back to the suggestion, it is suggesting for us to do the smart contract with ethers. Good. This is not that bad. It would be worse if it was suggesting me to use truffle that was deprecated. And a lot of AIs, they still suggest me to use truffle. If you don't know what truffle is, it was package for to build the apps that was deprecated a year ago or more than that. But a lot of AIs they still suggest that because they don't know. Here we have ethers. It's my favorite library. I like ethers, but everyone else is using another library called VM. You ever heard about that? VM? Using another library called library. So the AI, unfortunately, not even the best AIs that we have, like ChatGPT, unfortunately, they don't know about the best techniques, the best trends that are out there. They don't have this inside their own training. Okay. I'm entering a lot of hackathons, and I was seeing that happening a lot. People would go for the ChatGPT to cloud to try and call their own smart contract, their own hackathon projects, and the AI would mislead them in a direction that was so bad, so outdated and out that they would be better without the AI than they would with the AI. They would help with some things with interface and all, but everything coming to the Web3 integration, it would cause more damage without because of these outdated suggestions. And then you are hacking for MetaMask, you are hacking for Uniswap, and then those SDKs, they don't connect to Truffle, they don't connect to features, and then you get lost because of the suggestions of the AI. And more, people are stubborn. When you tell them Truffle is deprecated, they question you. Oh, you don't know nothing. This AI that is super intelligent is suggesting me to use Truffle. Who are you to say that I shouldn't use? This is a real damage. It happens. It happens. How to solve that? Give context, start with a good template. This is what I'm going to suggest for you today. Instead of going directly to ChatGPT to code your smart contracts, to try and get good suggestions out of this, actually, you are going to start with a good template. For example, Scaffold ETH2. There are many templates out of this. This is one of the best maintained and beginner-friendly documentations out there for you to start your project, and it is open source, for you to start your project with everything that you need out of the box. We are going to create the app with this. It is going to have Next.js, that framework that we have been using for a while, Rainbow Kit for you to connect your wallet, support for Foundry and Hat, WAGMI library of WAGMI hooks using with VM for connecting your front end with the smart contracts, TypeScript support, custom hooks, burner wallets, integration with wallet providers. You have basically everything that you need for starting your app here in this repository for a very, very friendly price of $0. Yes, you don't need to pay, just fork. So it is great. This can save you hours in a hackathon. This can save you like 6 hours, 12 hours setting up your project if you get all of this correct. Okay, this is built by the Build Guild, maintained by Austin, Griff, Carlos, and all of these amazing people. Okay, and if you want to learn Ethereum, if you want to learn blockchain, they have a very good track for you to get started with this tool called the Speedrun Ethereum. Okay, and we can do the first step here if you want. Like, raise your hand if you are new to Web3. If you never deployed a smart contract in your life, raise your hand. 1, okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's assume like 10% or more of people here. With this walkthrough, you are going to know how, for example, to deploy an NFT, coding on that, deploying, without worrying with anything about cryptocurrencies, anything about price. So we might have heard that crypto, it is about trading, it is about meme coins. The presidents are launching tokens right now, and see that Millet is launching a meme coin. So here we are going to see a very technical point of view of smart contracts, where you don't have anything about the cryptocurrencies, you don't have anything about prices. It's nothing about financial instruments. It's about learning the technology behind things. So it's a very good beginner resource. So whenever you do these challenges, you are going to know how to work with the smart contracts directly, how to work with the blockchain, with the architecture of blockchain through these challenges. And if you complete 4 of them, you can even join the guild, join the Beetle Guild. Become a builder. Okay? It's not a typo, it's really Beetle, DL. Okay? There's a whole story behind it. And then you can stream ETH. There's a very good community behind it. If you already know a bit of blockchain, if you already deployed a smart contract, you might want to skip that and go directly for scaffold ETH for start coding. So this is where I'm going to pick for today. We have about 20 minutes for that. I'm going to clone this repository on my machine, fork it, start it. It's going to be like a scaffold structure for me. And I'm going to use that for building a smart contract and deploying it. Okay. So we are going to go for this repository, scaffold ETH2 in GitHub, or you can go for scaffoldeth.io. Okay. And you can find the GitHub there. And that is this CLI to create the project for you to, that can be way quicker for us to get started, okay? So go to this website and we're going to start. For this demo, I'm going to use Node. You should have Node 20 or 22 LTS on your computer. And I'm going to use Cursor. But if you want to do it with VS Code, with Climb, or with Replit, with any of the other tools that we saw in this bootcamp, it's possible that you can follow, maybe not the same thing, but you can follow in similar structures. Okay, if you have Cursor 0.45, the same version that I have, it's going to be exactly equal. If you have a 0.46, it might be a little different too. I can work with that. Okay. I'm going to pick a folder in my computer, maybe the desktop. Let me open my terminal here. Let's see if the recording is going well. Okay, I guess it is. Let me pick my folder in desktop. Okay, I'm going to create a folder for this. Make jar smart or let's call it Web3 test, whatever name you want to give for a folder. And we're going to initialize a project here using this command, using Node to run this command create eth latest, to use the latest version of the package create eth to scaffold a project here for us. It's going to give the initial template for us to work with it. Might take a little while. Need to install this package. Okay, yes, I guarantee that this is not a wallet trainer, but even if it is not, I still wouldn't advise you to run programs in your computer if you have cryptocurrencies. Yes, there are a lot of wallet trainers out there. Make sure to stay safe. What I recommend is usually don't use your computer with money for development. Usually you can have it in a separate environment like dual boot or a separate ledger or something, because yes, unfortunately there are a lot of these packages that sometimes they get infected and they can drain your wallets if you have them on your computer. Okay. In my situation, I'm 100% safe. It's impossible to steal my crypto. Impossible. Yes, impossible. You know why? I don't have crypto anymore. Lost it all. Okay. Just kidding. Sorry for that. So we're going to pick all the default options. Hard hat. Here, what happened? Yarn install. Oh, wait. Don't have yarn here? Yarn. Yeah, I don't have yarn. Sorry about that. I need to install yarn for this to work. I thought I had in my computer. Okay. If you have Node on your computer, you can enable yarn just by running this command, pack enable. Okay. That should work on your computer. Now, I'm going to run this command again, sorry. And then I'll pick the default options, whatever name. I'm going to go with hard hat. What's happening here? Make it here. Yeah, well, my computer is acting weird. I'm going to fall back for the option of cloning that repository, which is going to do the same thing at the end of the day. I'm going to copy this from GitHub, this repository, and I'm going to do a git clone here. Okay. The scaffold eth2. This is going to set up the project for me too. Just that is going to be called scaffold eth2. I can then change the git package and also for being my own file. So if the CLI doesn't work for you, don't worry, you can just clone the scaffolding. It should work for you if you have yarn, but my situation is acting weird, so I could clone it here. I have it in my computer. Okay, let me do an ls to show what I have. I have these files here, these packages file. I have a yarn lock. I have package.json already configured. So this is the initial point for my scaffolded project. Okay. Let me show what we have out of the box from it before we start tweaking it around. There are two commands that we can run here in scaffolded to get started. That would be yarn chain to start a local chain. Are we launching a new blockchain here, raising $15 million? No, it's just a local test chain, okay? Just for us to get started with that tool. And in a second terminal, I'm going to run those two commands, yarn deploy and yarn start. And I'm going to need two terminal windows for that. One for running yarn chain. And then I'm going to open another tab. Need to install first. Sorry about that. Yarn install. Missing a lot of steps here. Sorry about this, people. First, you need to clone. Well, when you create with the command, you don't need to install. But when you clone, you gotta do a yarn install for this to work, and then you can do yarn chain so that you have the local chain running on your computer. And then you can do yarn deploy and yarn start in another terminal. Okay, let's wait for a little while it finishes. This is going to give you out of the box a whole environment with everything that you need for testing smart contracts. For you to test the blockchain itself, the test blockchain itself with the functions, you're going to have like a block explorer of your machine or something like that. You are going to have a debug contracts that you can interact with the smart contracts there in that interface, and you're going to have a collection of components that when coding your own app, your own application, you can reuse those components just as they are out of the box. For example, display addresses, for example, to display balances, buttons for you to play them now. I'm going to show that, okay? So it installed, took about a minute or so. Let's get started now. Yarn chain. This is going to create a blockchain in my computer. Who remembers about Ganache? Yeah, those good days, right? So this is going to be something similar. Those blockchain devs are like me, like food metaphor, like truffle, Ganache. You know? So this is going to be a local chain running in my computer. And I have a lot of accounts here with a bunch of private keys here with 10,000 ETH on each. 10,000 ETH. It's a lot of money, right? But we can't withdraw. Remember, this is a testing environment. All of this is fake money, okay? And these accounts and their private keys are public known, so do not put any money there on testnets. Anything that you put will be lost. Okay. And in another terminal, I'm going to run those other two commands: yarn deploy, and then yarn start. Those two commands: yarn deploy and then yarn start. I'm going to show what this is doing in a while. We have some predefined smart contracts here. You see they are already in the virtual data train, so I'm not going to have problem with that first thing. We are going to deploy them inside our test blockchain. They are deployed here. And then when I do yarn start, I'm going to have a ready to use, ready to tweak, ready to customize front end for me to start my blockchain development. It's going to be hosted on localhost, similar to that exercise we did with Next.js. Remember, we can have a website hosting on computer, but later we can deploy to Vercel. The whole Next.js stuff, it's the same. It's the same basis. And when this finishes compiling, when this page finishes compiling, you are going to see the capabilities of scaffolding out of the box. Well, still going. My computer is a bit slow today, but I should have that page compiled just in a while. Compiled in 50 seconds. That's not quick at all, but here I have. So this is the initial page for scaffolding. This is what you have just by running the project. And you have a connection to your blockchain here. You have an address connected to it. You can inspect a blockchain explorer, and you can even ask money for your addresses here in this faucet. All of it already pre-configured. So I have this address here in my computer. I can ask money from the faucet, can click here, and my balance is going to increase 3, 4, 5 ETH, 6 ETH, only if it was that easy on real life, right? And if I go for the block explorer, I'm going to see a list of transactions, a list of movements that happen inside this blockchain in my own machine. So it by itself, even without smart contract, this is something very helpful. I can know what the address is transaction to all the addresses and transactions that succeeded and failed on my own computer. You see, people, we have like a sandbox environment now, like a lab, like a digital environment where we can try everything that we would do in the blockchain, but in our own computer. Sounds very cool, right? I haven't even started. You can debug smart contracts here, so that every smart contract that you have inside your project, I'm going to show that for you in a while, is going to show here. So for example, I have one smart contract here already deployed in an address 0x5FBD. This smart contract was deployed with that deploy command that we did a while ago. And we can use this smart contract from this interface. So I have those two functions, one to read the user greet country and the other to set greetings. So for example, I'm going to set a message like, hello, Mateus was here. I'm going to send that in this button. This updated the state of the blockchain. The greeting is now changed. And I can see that this was a transaction inside my own blockchain. I saw it happen here in my console. Yes, we had the call here, it call inside my own computer. I have it going here in this block explorer. In the block number 4, I had that transaction set greetings coming from here to there. So you see how this very simple and funny tooling is yet simple and yet very powerful. You have your whole environment there, your whole blockchain environment for you to play with it. It crashes up to this point before we start making nice stuff. Crashing. Oh, good. So this is the starting point for development. We already have the suggestions, the techniques, the tools that we're going to need, the versions, correct versions. Everything is well aligned, ready for us to go using Next.js that we know how to use. The AI also know how to use. Let's open this. We pick a new tab in Terminal, and let me open this with Cursor. Okay, you can open that with VS Code and use your extensions there. You can maybe open this in your favorite code editor, web code editor, if you can. And here we can start playing with it. For example, all of you that answered that you are newcomers to Web3, you didn't have the chance to deploy a smart contract before. This is a structure of a project, of a VR, and inside these packages, I'm going to have one smart contract and one for the front end. Inside this package, I have a contract here inside this folder contracts. I know this package very well, called your contract.sol. And I have this other package called Next.js. If you attended to the past lessons, you know what is a Next.js application. We did a few of those, we deployed one, and we went over this. But in this smart contract, this is totally new for you. Okay. Raise your hand if you don't know Solidity syntax. You have never used Solidity. Okay, good, some people. So there are some weird stuff here. For example, look at this function definition. Set greetings, and then I have a string and memory, and then there is an underscore here, and then there is a word public and payable. It is very weird. This is not similar to any other language that I know of. This is a very common resistance point when people get to Solidity. The function definitions are very weird. By the grammar of Solidity, it is that weird. After a while, after a few days, weeks, months, you get to understand why and you get used to it. I had that resistance when I started. But then we can combine the powers of Cursor, for example, picking this your contract here, and I can start asking questions. So I can select this. I can add to chat with this button. and I can ask why there are so many weird things, weird things in this function definition. Does it sound weird?
Definition. You mentioned that this is the first time that they are seeing something, right? So this is a function definition solidity. It is different from a function definition in Python, in JavaScript, and all. The function definition sometimes is bigger than the function itself.
So let's use the chat to answer. Why do we need to pick the storage location here? Because the strings are array solidity. Why do we have this underscore? It's a naming convention for parameters that we are receiving. Usually we put an underscore before. Why do we have public here? This is the visibility. Every function in solidity needs to set visibility. Why is it payable? It is because this is the state mutability. Every function solidity should be marked as some either pure or view or non-payable or payable. So there is an explanation for all of these things that I mentioned very briefly and quickly here. I guess the only thing that wasn't mentioned was the underscore here. But see, you now can chat with the AI for the AI to explain you the syntax. If you are in a hurry, if you want to learn this very quickly without going to the documentation, because there is a hackathon with thousands of dollars in prize, for example, you can quickly get it started like this. And you can ask follow-up questions. Like, I'm going to get this. So, why the underscore behind new greetings, for example? So maybe the AI is going to try and answer that for me. It's a common naming convention in Solidity. Yes, that's correct. Just distinguish function parameters from state variables. See, now Cursor can be a teacher of Solidity.
This is Cursor. Cursor, I believe. Yeah, you were born here yesterday, right? Sorry about that. I'm using Cursor, but you can use any like Clive for VS Code. You can use any tool that you would like for coding, pure programming coding.
Not like Replit or Bolt that they do all of it for you. Here I'm using tools that are more like a peer programming. Over you. Many new people. If you want to follow that lesson, you can just download Cursor. It's free, okay? It's going to work like that. So first thing we can get questions. We can have Cursor to be your teacher about AI, about Web3, about anything that you want to ask about the syntax of Solidity. It can do a much better job like this with context than if you ask it out in the open. Okay, you can even pass documentation like Solidity documentation like this as a context. Remember, you can do things like this, add, and then you paste this link, add this link, and then you can ask, point me the pages about these in the docs. The AI is probably going to search the documentation and okay, it's doing a good job. So it is picking the correct links. So the language description here, we're going to find here and here and here, and the naming conventions here. This is true. For example, if I pick the Solidity docs, if I go for naming conventions down here, style guide, and then naming conventions. So function argument names, and where I have here, we put yeah, it's not about the keys, but you see the point, right? The AI might help you to navigate, even help you to navigate the documentation itself. Sounds good, right? But of course, it's not going to stop there. It can go and do things for you too. You can ask here in the chat, for example, make this function more gas efficient, something like that.
make the set greeting function more gas efficient. So this would be chatting with you, suggesting the changes that you can do and implement it there or not. You are peer programming now. You should review these changes yourself. So removing console log, total counter is doing plus plus, okay. Removing the if and else, doing some changes. I guess some of this is wrong, but you reject it all. Reject, okay. But you got the point, can do those changes from the chat. But remember, we have the agent too. In the newer versions, it's a small drop down in the right corner. I'm still using the version 0.45 here. Couldn't get the version 0.46 to work, but if you have the newer version, you're going to see a little drop down here in the corner for you to pick the correct model, correct mode. The model drop down is here, but you could pick the correct mode, like agent mode, and you can ask anything now, like create another smart contract similar to your contract, but make it a smart contract about what? Token, an NFT. What do you think we should build here? Ideas, Jackie? Make it an NFT to store greeting messages. So now the agent, I could even give it web access. I could even give it some context, some documentations, some product requirement documents. Remember the PRTs as context, so that this agent is going to create a new smart contract. This greeting NFT here. It has a problem. It hallucinated an import. How interesting. Okay. It's running this command. Let's see if it can add. Remember, the agent has this power. It can run commands on your computer. It can run scripts. It can suggest you install packages. So this is a coding agent that is going to be like a peer programmer. Now he's trying to fix the errors in the code. Let me see. Accept. Still have this problem, this counter problem. Okay, gotta fix that myself. But this was a smart contract suggestion by the AI itself. I can even ask it to fix in the composer. Let's see how it will go. Maybe the NFTs might be not the best. I already have it there. We cancel this. Maybe I should pick another contract instead of NFT. IDs. Maybe I should do a self increment. Yeah, I see that. Well, let's try it again. Let's delete this file. Let's try it again, giving more context for the AI. We delete this file. Allowed to shame AI live. Didn't get it correct. Actually, it was my fault. I'm going to pick open Zeppelin. And I'm going to pick the ERC 721 page to give that as a context for the AI. The more context that I give, the better. So now let me ask the same thing again. Let me pick the composer. Let me start a new chat with it. And I'm going to ask, create another smart contract similar to your contract, but make it an NFT contract to mint greeting message, greetings messages. And then I can add the context here. I can add this link from OpenZeppelin. Wait, I guess I have the wrong version. Dodge the bullet here. 721 here. So I can give this link for the AI to pick this information, then to create an NFT contract correctly now. Let me see how it's going to go. Greetings NFT.sol. Okay, it seems like it's correct now. I still have one error here in which line, what's going. See, the AI is going back and forth, generating the code to solve its own bugs, okay, with a linking error. Okay, let me see how it goes. So this is the idea of peer programming with AI, even though it hallucinates sometimes, exists. What's that? I mean, just to leave this line, whatever. Okay. Now it generated a smart contract for me. All of this back and forth would require a bit of developer experience, that is correct. It's not yet ready for non-developers. But I still suggest this peer programming experience because at least you know what the AI is doing. You'll follow the changes yourself. You see if there is sense or not, and then you'll objectively judge, see if there are any smart contract vulnerabilities and all here that the AI is proposing. Going for Replit or for Bolt and asking it generate a smart contract for me can be quite dangerous if you're not overseeing, if you're not looking at the code yourself. Do review this code. There is even more techniques that I suggest in longer bootcamps, that as writing files and scripts and test files that can help us. But here we have a smart contract built for this project. There is a deploy script that I need to create for every contract that I want to deploy in scaffold ETH, a TypeScript script, so that I can debug it in the front end. I'm going to ask the AI to create that for me. I'm going to add this file 00 deploy your contract, and then I'm going to ask the AI create a script 01 to deploy this NFT. So even without studying this script, it is a very simple and direct script. But even without studying this and going step by step, as I usually do in a bootcamp, I'm going to ask AI to generate that for me. And the AI generated this script, this deploy greetings NFT for me. Here I have. So now if I stop my front end here, I have this yarn start. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to run the yarn deploy again. It should deploy 2 smart contracts now. I did not review. I'm trusting the AI blindly here. Not that you should do it all the time. It's just because of the short amount of time that we have here. I'm trusting the AI blindly so that it's going to run the first script here to deploy that contract that we had, the greetings contract. And it's going to run the second script to deploy that greetings NFT that we have. So it was done. Deploy the greetings NFT. I'm going to start my front end again, and it's going to be connected. It's going to be connected. Those 2 smart contracts are going to be connected there for us to test. I had it here already. I could just refresh. Let me go for the bug contracts actually. My computer is a little slow for compiling those websites today. Maybe the streaming might take half a minute here, but we're going to see the debug contracts, the result of the debug contracts here. And we're going to see both contracts interacting. We took, what, 40 minutes this could be the starting point of your hackathon tournament. And in fact, there are some bounties in those hackathons that are so easy to grab, like deploy an NFT contract in this protocol, or use this image inside your NFT, or deploy a token connected to this DEX, to this swap, blah, blah, blah. There are some bounties that are so easy, like low-hanging fruits, that even with a short investment like this, and you can demonstrate it's definitely should be enough for making you eligible for this, like $200 grants, $500 grants, or even bigger grants. It's good for iterations too. You do it the first time, you see the results, you check with someone. It's much easier to chat about your idea with something working there than starting from scratch, or just with the explanation and try to resonate with the other person. So you do something like this in 40 minutes, show for someone else, I have this idea, this NFT idea, now what do you think, what I could do. This can allow you to iterate much faster on your ideas, especially because you have prototyped it and you know how to build it. So it is still compiling. My browser list is outdated. Well, can do that later. The bug contract is taking a while. But trust me, it did not crash. It's just taking a while to compile. I'm going to show the contract live there. Okay. Where's calling, by the way? It's not here. So this is the email contract that I had. Okay. But I should have another contract here. That is the NFT. Let me see if I find it. Contract, the bug contract.
Good. I'm looking for you, no?
Yeah, I was looking for you right now.
Whenever you want. Book in chain and make something for 3 people. Whenever you're
okay. And last but not least, let me show a very important configuration here. When you go for the front-end package, there is a single file called scaffold config.ts. Let's say you're deploying the app for you to use in the hackathon project and all. There is configuration line 16 for you to change the target network for you to deploy the app, for you to interact with the app. You can pick, instead of chain.hardhat, that would be your local chain, you can pick chains.polygon or any Polygon testnet. Okay? Because Polygon has the best swag. Look at this. Super cool things calling for this swag. And you can deploy it with low transaction fees, almost no gas cost. Amount of transactions you can do per block is way higher than what you can do just with Ethereum. You still have all of the security of a layer 2 inside a layer, inside the Ethereum ecosystem, so you can bridge your assets whenever you feel needed. Okay? So this is how you connect it to Polygon. Sounds very easy, right? Just one line of configuration. You can have your app connected to Polygon, and if you want to deploy your smart contract to Polygon, you already have this configured. One of the configurations for hardhat here is already configured for you to target the Polygon network. So for example, if you want to do Polygon Mumbai, Amoy, right, the ZK AVM, you have all of those connections here for you to deploy and connect your front end to Polygon. Okay? This is it. You guys are good. Wonderful.
the laptop screen or see what I could make sure.
Okay, you want to choose my laptop?
Can we keep streaming on yours?
Yeah, okay.
Or just switch over?
Any questions in the meantime? Yes?
Is surveying in terrible with other people, other people.
Not all others, but all that are considered EVM compatible, Ethereum virtual machine compatible. Okay, so you can run the compile output of a Solidity file that is bytecode inside any EVM compatible chain, like Polygon, like Arbitrum, like Base, like BNB. There are many others out there that you can deploy your smart contracts. Okay. But not all. You're going to find, for example, Polkadot
Cosmos, Solana, they are not directly compatible. Hey man, how's it going? Where's my hat?
So this is improved.
Maybe you want to explain them why to deploy on Polygon?
Yeah, absolutely. Who here has deployed a smart contract to Ethereum? Great, that's good. Who here has deployed a smart contract to another chain other than Ethereum? Great. So if you have built with Ethereum, you've used the EVM and you've used Solidity. So we found that a lot of devs have a challenge getting started with Solidity. Can you share your screen on the StreamYard? I sent you a link in Telegram. So part of why I love Polygon is because it is part of the Ethereum ecosystem. And if you are building smart contracts on Ethereum, you might want a faster, cheaper way to deploy those smart contracts and use them. And so what we found is the EVM compatible chains have all become part of this Ethereum ecosystem. So Polygon was one of the first and most popular side chains, or now we call them L2s, and layer 2s run on top of the Ethereum chain. And that's been a big standard for the industry. We've seen a huge explosion in L2s over the last couple of years. And if you go look at the Doom.com, you can actually see that there have been a ton of new L2s launched in the last year. And those L2s have all essentially copied Polygon in some way. And that's not a bad thing. That's just how technology works. So what Polygon did was they created a proof of stake blockchain. Who here is a big fan of proof of stake? Yes, everybody should be, because Ethereum has converted. So Ethereum was originally proof of work and converted to proof of stake. So you could say that Polygon kind of won on a technology basis. Proof of stake was superior to proof of work. Why? Anyone know why proof of stake was better than proof of work? Anybody? It takes less time for the transactions. That's right. The consensus method for proof of stake is much simpler. You have less people who are competing for resources, and you don't have to have large amounts of servers. So also the consensus mechanism is simpler. There's maybe a smaller subset of validators who approve that transaction. And so proof of stake also benefits the environment in that it uses a lot less electricity. An incredible amount of electricity was being used by Ethereum before the Great Merge. Ethereum was, I think, using as much energy as the country of Brazil, which is where Mateus is originally from. Argentina, sorry. Bitcoin is Brazil, the size of Brazil, and Ethereum was the size of Argentina. And now Ethereum is essentially the same cost for the environment as Polygon, because we switched to proof of stake. Today we have some awesome speakers who are actually going to show you how you deploy on Polygon. So Mateus was showing you how to deploy on Polygon. One of the easiest ways to onboard yourself and start getting into smart contract development is to use a toolkit that I really love called Cookbook. So I'm going to bring up Michael from Cookbook, and they're going to do a quick little demo for us and show us how to use Cookbook. I'm going to put your screen on stage just so you know. And this is your mic right here.
Perfect. You gotta go into the StreamYard. StreamYard?
Yeah, it says I'm sharing on StreamYard down there. This is on backstage, bro.
I didn't see. Try presenting again.
Maybe you want to give him this table?
Yeah, I'll give you this table if you want, or whichever one you want.
This works though.
That's good. All right, you are now live on stage.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Colin, for that introduction. As Colin mentioned, my name is Michael. I work as the head of Dabl at QuickBook.dev. And today I'll be walking everybody through how to do their really first deployment of a smart contract on Polygon. So yeah, I'll walk everyone through their first deployment on Polygon. It'll kind of be like a hello world. So just a quick overview of what QuickBook does. Our primary product that we're focusing on now is an AI assistant for developers, users, anybody in Web3 It's mostly integrated in developer documentation right now. So as you're learning about Polygon or Dabl Club, you're able to get real-time 24/7 support answers in any language instantly. So just a quick glance at what the tool looks like. What we'll be using today is Cookbook's smart contract template and playground feature. So if everybody who's on the computer wants to follow along, just go to dabl.club, dabl.club is the URL. From there, you'll be able to follow along with me and do your first deployment, or maybe not first, but you'll be able to do a deployment relatively quickly with me to Polygon here. We'll be using this page that you see to my right as kind of a way to set up your developer environment, wallet, in the context of this workshop. Dabl.club, dabl.club is the website. And then you should see a bunch of kind of orange Dabl branding. And so I'll just go ahead and jump right into it. So this is the Dabl Club website. So I'll give everybody a second to make sure you can land there. You can see the URL at the top, so you can just copy that, just dabl.club. And what we're going to be focusing on is this Ask a Dablbot button here in the bottom right-hand corner. So when we launched that, we got a couple of things. We get Cookbook's Ask Dablbot tool, so you can ask any question about Dabl Club, Polygon, building with Polygon, anything that you would need right here in the screen. This chain info tab is where we're going to kind of configure our developer environment. We're going to add the Polygon testnet to our wallet, get some testnet tokens to pay our gas fee for the contract deployment. And then we can kind of poke around here for useful links that we can take advantage of as a builder. Where we're going to be doing most of our actual work is in this playground tab. In here, we're going to select a contract template. In this case, we're going to keep it simple with a simple ERC20 token to make it very Hello World-esque. And we'll deploy our first token to the Polygon testnet together. So if you're following along, the first place you want to start off with is this chain info tab. Really, the only prerequisite for doing this is having some sort of Web3 wallet. So something like a MetaMask, a Ravi, a Zerion, whatever your preferred wallet provider. That's the only thing that you need to start with. Can I just get a quick show of hands of who actually intends to follow along for the deployment? Okay. Do you guys have like Web3 wallets set up, or should I give everyone a second to get like a MetaMask?
Raise your hand if you've got your Web3 wallet.
Okay. I'll just jump into actually doing it then, it seems like most people do. Please. So it's both, right? Like traditionally, we've been known to be a smart contract template repository where developers go research, learn about, and fork contracts. We have over 2,000 smart contracts templatized. Some of them are entire protocols like OpenSea's Seaport or Uniswap or Aave. Others are just templates for simple tokens, tokens with buybacks, NFT tokens. But we've really been focusing more on our AI solutions. We're integrated across 70 blockchains. Mostly in developer docs. So if you go to venues like the Sui docs or Avalanche docs and dozens more, there's a button there that says Ask AI. That's kind of the primary focus, but there's still the option to deploy things on chain while utilizing the AI as a resource. So like as you're deploying something with the playground, you can ask questions about your deployment and get answers in real time. So it's a crossover between something like Intercom for kind of customer service and like a developer onboarding, time to hello world being very low too. So in this case, we're going to deploy our simple token to the Polygon Amoy testnet. So once you've opened up the screen, just go over here to chain info, make sure that you're logged into your MetaMask wallet, and then we'll just select this add to wallet button right here. So in my case, I do have the chain added to my wallet already, and I have a couple of testnet tokens. For you guys, in order to get these testnet tokens, we're going to use some of the faucets available here. So I'm going to select the Polygon faucet button. This will launch Polygon's official faucet list. I would recommend using Stateful right now. I think it's one of the faster faucets to drip without having to provide emails and stuff like that. So just go ahead into your MetaMask, copy and paste your contract address, drop it right here in the Amoy faucet, do your captcha. So we'll prove that we're not an AI. Okay. And then we'll select get tokens. So I just used this faucet to get tokens prior to the workshop, so I'm getting an error message, but it should go through for you. So now that we've got some testnet tokens in our wallet, we can double check by going to MetaMask, going down to this drop down, and making sure that our network is set to Polygon Amoy. And then we can see we have one testnet matic that we've gotten from the faucet. So now all we do is jump right back into the Dabl Club website. We've got our playground right over here. We can go search through the smart contract templates, if we're trying to find something specific. In this case, we're going to go with simple ERC20 token. We select that, it opens up our smart contract code templatized for us. At this point, all we do is select compile. We'll compile our Solidity smart contract. We have a message that our contract has compiled successfully. Now we can just jump into this deploy screen. We'll select the correct network, which in our case is Polygon Amoy, where we just got our testnet tokens. And now we can name our token, give it a symbol, and set the token supply. So for demo purposes, I'll name it test. I'll give it a symbol, test. And then we'll set the total supply to 1,000 to keep it very simple. Over here, we'll select 18 decimals since it's an ERC20 token. If we were using a template for an NFT contract, we would select 0 for the decimals. At this point, all we do is select deploy. We'll pay our small gas fee on a Polygon, select confirm, and then we can follow along with our deployment in our wallet. So we can see that the contract deployment is now pending while it's getting on the network. And now I've opened up the block explorer from my MetaMask wallet. So if you go into activity, select your deployment from that list of activities, you can go click this here to view on block explorer. And we've got our handy message that our contract was deployed successfully on Polygon there in the block explorer. So from here, what we can do is go to the contract address that was created, this two-tab. And this address we see here is our simple ERC20 token that we just launched in just a few seconds on Polygon. So if you were doing something like in production, you can go over to the contract tab, verify your contract so that everybody can see your source code on chain. And at that point, you can call different functions from the block explorer with like for your smart contract. So if you want to mint more tokens or transfer them, that would all be done in the explorer. So this is like the most simple way, I think, to deploy something to Polygon without really having to think about what you're doing, just to get a feel for getting a contract on chain and then interacting with it through something like a block explorer. I will point out that the tool does support more robust deployments in a sense. So I'll just show you guys how the integration with the Remix IDE works. If I select this open in Remix button here, it'll launch the Ethereum Web IDE Remix, where we have a little bit more flexibility and customization options for deployments. So in our file tab, we can see that the simple token was ported over to Remix. The deployment flow is relatively similar to the playground, where we go to the Solidity compiler, we compile our code, we see it's compiled successfully, and now we can select our environment. In this case, MetaMask is our injected provider, our wallet provider, and the network is set to Polygon Amoy, so we can see our chain ID here. Basically, we do the same thing as what we did in the playground, and we pass our arguments, so we can name the token test again, make the symbol test again, and then if we do 1,000, we'll just do 1,000 plus 18 euros. Once we select transact, we go ahead and pay our gas fee again, and then just like our playground deployment, so I'll just point out, double check if you're using Remix and following along, that your network is correctly set to Polygon Amoy in your wallet. Now that I see that it is, do this again. So I think I ran out of testnet tokens here. I think it's okay. Everyone gets the idea. If you guys do have testnet tokens, you essentially transact the same way as you would in the playground. Pay your gas fee, and then you have a token deployed on Polygon in a different method, and with something that's a little bit more customizable. So I definitely encourage everybody who's watching and give it a shot. Get your first deployment if you haven't deployed to Polygon before. If you've never deployed a smart contract before, this is a very quick and easy way to do it for free, right on the Dabl Club website. If you go through the playground and you want to work with more of the contract templates, you can kind of search around there, where you can download templates for tool chains like Boundary, Parquet, or Scaffold ETH, and kind of work in your preferred IDE. The AI angle here is, as you are launching your first smart contract using this code playground, we have our AI chatbot available right alongside that to answer questions in real time about your deployment. So if you want to, perhaps change something in the contract or learn about what's happening under the hood, our AI assistant is right there for you the entire time. So this is also like we have versions of this that you can put on your website, you can put in Discord, you can put in Telegram. So if you're a founder or if you work at a company that could take advantage of this, feel free to reach out to Cookbook. We'd love to work with you. But yeah, congrats on the first deployment to Polygon. Are there any questions from the audience? No questions. Okay, well, I hope that you found some value in this. I definitely encourage you to go to dabl.club, give it a shot, get your first deployment on there, and maybe it turns out you love deploying tokens and you do it all the time. Thanks, Colin.
Joining us. Nice demo. Boom. Up next, I want to invite Zeta Chain. So as I said, Polygon is no longer just one chain. Polygon is now a organization building the decentralized internet and really building the future. So if you want to learn about what that future looks like, you can go to aglayer.dev. I'll share that link right here. But we have a lot of chains that are actually connecting to Polygon's aggregation layer. So we want to bring all the chains together. So in that spirit, I tried to invite every major chain, and I'm really excited to invite Zeta Chain because they're here in San Francisco, and I've seen some awesome events from them. So welcome, Jesse, Julie from Zeta Chain.
Telegram will thing. Does that work, or do you want me to just do it? I can do it, right?
I sent you both.
You want both, or just this one? Okay. You want both? Okay.
Yes. Should I use this?
Yeah, you can use mine. Okay. Continue. Share screen, share whole screen. Full screen. Let's go to stars quickly. And then got this right here, and we got the other one right here. There you go. You might want to go full screen on there.
Sure.
You want to go full screen?
Go like this. And where's the other one?
Other one is.
Oh, okay. Let's do this first. All right.
Cool. And
Alright.
talk to that mic.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Colin, so much for inviting us. So, I'm Julie from Zeta Chain. We're the first universal blockchain, and actually, I'm not a tech bro, not a tech bro or girl, but still, when we got a chance to introduce Zeta Chain to everyone and just like catch the chains, our dev row is always online. It's now in Moscow, so you cannot like enter the space, but just like we are actually hiring offline Dabl. So hopefully in the near future, I can appear here and give you guys a workshop in person. So today I just wanted to introduce what is Zeta Chain. So you guys have an idea, but always feel free to reach out to us. So my Telegram handle is Julie Chen 216. So Julie CHEN 216. If you ever wanted to reach out to me, and I can link our team, either the BD team or the Dabl team, to you guys. So yeah, so what is Zeta Chain? So we are actually the first universal blockchain, and we designed to connect all the other blockchains. So what we call seamless interoperability. So for us, let's just say we kind of offer a lot of cross-chain solutions, but we're not the bridging thing. So we gave all the native access to a lot of blockchains. So we're EVM compatible. So Ethereum based, Polygon, BSC based. And we also integrate with the non-EVM chain like Solana, Ton, Sway. And also one thing that makes us stand out and unique is we integrated with BTC as well. So everything without web tokens or bridging, it's all native, truly access. So this time we actually have like setting up the hackathon bounties for the EthSF thing. So let me just briefly introduce the prize pool and tracks first, and then I can go through deeply about how we work. So we are setting up 5K prize pool with 2 tracks this time. So the first one is to build a universal app. So for us, since we're building the universal blockchain, so if you ever wanted to build cross-chain solutions, so we have a gateway if you want to search up online. It's if you just type in Zeta Chain Gateway, it's a really developer-friendly thing. So you can have a chance to check if you're like building on other chains and how you could build something more universal and more cross-chain solution. So for the universal blockchain, we set up like 2.5K for the hackathon bounty. And what we do is your app should be seamlessly interact with multiple blockchains, and it needs to be practical use case. So it should solve a real problem and improve and existing experiences. Also, it needs to prioritize a clean UX that abstracts complexity. And also, if you're building something for AI, or with an AI integration, it's like agent, it would be a big bonus, but it's not like mandatory. So we have some example use cases like cross-chain swaps or lending platforms, Bitcoin-enabled smart contract app, or AI cross-chain analytics tool. So for this one, it's the universal app. The other one, we actually set this up because this year Vitalik's here, so he's going to be the judge for the DAC track. So the second track would be to be the universal DAC prediction market. So for this one, we really wanted to appreciate developers who's actually building some real cases that is like having some good wells to break down the blockchain silos or like solve some real problems. So for this one, so you need to work across multiple blockchains to kind of use our interoperability and also allow users to bet in different assets. So should allow Ethereum, USDC, Zeta without needing to bridge. So for the bridging thing, one thing to add on, if you're not sure how the bridging solution, like how we solve the bridge thing, so you can type down Zeta Hub, and then you can explore how we can do it. So it's very simple, just like type in Zeta Hub, it's gonna pop up right away. And the other one, it needs to support the civil resistance field, the economic mechanisms. It needs to work actually as a real case. So also focus on the DAC topics like biodefense, AI risks, cyber threats, or misinformation detection. For here, actually for the both tracks, the criteria would be interoperability, security, and privacy and relevance to either universal app or the DAC track. And also we need some clean, neat UI UX. And also if you're being creative, it'll be a big plus. So these are our price pool. And then I'll go through a bit more. Yes, it's the decentralized acceleration. So basically, I would say, I mean, this how I raise this topic, I would say it's more like real life goodwill thing. So a lot of people saying that like crypto is just for money. It's more like some people say it's a casino, but what if we can actually use the blockchain technology to do something in real life that, for example, to make things more secure, like ZK or TEE, or real cases that do something actually good for the misinformation or the finance market. Can you give some examples of that? Yeah, sure. So what I raised last here is like, for example, we can have something like biodefense or AI risk. So let's say for the I would just give one thing. So for the security side, how do you use I will raise one very simple thing. For example, if any of you guys play poker, right? So when you use the online poker website, most of the time they do some malicious operations to make the users lost money because like they set it up, the winning rate is like always below 50%. So you always would lose more to the website. But what if we use like ZK technology to make sure that the winning rate is always 50%? So I think that's an actually good thing when you talked about cryptography or there's like security and actually using the blockchain. I think that would be a really good use case for using ZK for the poker online website. Right? So that's a case, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. And I think for the track, and there's one thing. If anyone's interested in the tracks, I think for in-person one, there's a co-working space in Cello, and every day our head of BD is actually working in person. And he's gonna answer a lot of the questions, but it's like very deep and technical. Feel free to scan this one. So we have a Zeta Chain in the Bay Telegram group chat, so you can reach out to me. I'm in the group chat, Julie, or also like just keep following closely with our activities through this Telegram channel. And then I'm gonna go through here very quickly. So if you can see, so current multi-chain solutions will say a lot of high risks, especially for the bridging system, and also very fragmented. So when you need to interact across chains, users need to switch between those wallets or use different interfaces and convert tokens into other formats. And also a lot of restrictive if you're a developer and you once wanted to go cross-chain. If you develop on, let's say, Base, and now you want to integrate or move to Polygon, or you move to Solana and need to write another code or use another smart contract. So the deployment takes a lot of efforts. And also we have like too many L1s and L2s. What we come up with a solution is, so what if there was a universal platform, a single interface to access all the cryptos? So our mission is actually to build a universal blockchain with native access to any blockchain, making crypto as accessible, diverse, and connected, just like the internet. So now I'm gonna walk through how we work specifically. So we have three things. One is the universal EVM, universal smart contracts, and the universal proof of stake. So for the universal EVM, if I can scroll there, you can see, so this is a smart contract execution environment that can be called from any other chains. So basically, developers can manage native assets without relying on web tokens or bridges. So those apps can be accessible from or interact and manage assets on any other chains. So basically, if you can check here, which I'm gonna go through deeper later in the other slides. So basically, you deploy once on us and you can access everything, and it was just like one smart contract. So the universal smart contract, this is how we work. So the smart contract deploy natively on Zeta chain and can read and write to any other connected chains. So far, I already introduced the chains, but so let's say you wanted to do the DApp, and you wanted to transfer all the assets from Solana to the EVM chain, or you wanted to buy some more tokens. So what we usually do, we use like multiple wallets or multiple interfaces. But for this one, it really just like simplifies the cross chain, and only use one smart contract all just once. So it reduces the cost. We have like really low gas fee if you can ever try it out. And how can we ensure the security? So for the tech thing, we kind of use the Cosmos SDK and the Comet BFT. So this one, we just provide faster block types and very instant finality and high throughput capabilities. So this one, the TSS is more like an observer, signer, validators, and multi-party computation. So for this one, if you ever check out, this is mostly how we enable the BTC interactions. So the TSS, so we have a lot of decentralized validators. So if you search it up, we have a lot of like Web3 validators, and we also have the Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud. There's like Web2 players as our validators to ensure the real decentralization. On Tuesday, we actually had a workshop with Google in the Google office in EthSF with the Google Cloud, since they're our validators and one of our biggest partner for this. We have like 4 nodes deployed on them, and we have like a lot of other validators. And also just one thing to add on, if you're interested in to become our noders or validators, also centered out Zeta Chain validators, we have like really clear criteria getting online. It's like rolling basis. If you're interested, please apply. So how we make so just in general, what makes Zeta Chain different? So first of all, the universal EVM smart contract and the proof of stake. I think for the developer experiences, you only need to deploy one smart contract on Zeta Chain to get connected with all the blockchains. And for those developers who write Solidity, so for the EVM developers, it's like especially specifically really friendly for those developers. And for the users, you don't need to switch wallets or networks, so you can interact with all the dApps from one single point. So just one single interface would be good, just the Zeta Hub. And for native assets, so unlike those bridges or those layer 2s that use web tokens, so we enable true assets, native assets transfers. So every day we're like solving like nearly 1 million transactions. So I would say we are kind of more like a new era of interoperability. And so Gateway, so we updated the thing last December. So I think this is one of our flagship products or like an interface. So this gateway is a unified interface that serves as an entry point for interactions between contracts on connected chains and universal apps on Zeta Chain. So it simplifies cross-chain interactions with one single API. So with this API, all those developers, if you ever want to go cross-chain, go check this out. And if you ever need some technical support, reach out to our team. Our Dabl will definitely help with this one. So how it works, so each chain has only one gateway to, how it works. So for the incoming transactions, from the other chains from the connected chains to Zeta chain. So each chain has just one gateway, so you can deposit native gas tokens, deposit ERC20 tokens, and make contract calls to Zeta chain. And for the outgoing transactions from Zeta chain, you can withdraw the ZRC20 tokens and transfer Zeta tokens. So we make the contract calls on any other connected chains possible. For the ecosystem and growth, we actually have really big community growing. I don't know for today's, if there are any developers speaking other languages. So Zeta Chain, we kind of enables a lot of like 16 languages for our websites and also Twitter. We also have all of those like community managers. If you ever need any tech helps, feel free to reach out to them. We have like all those Twitter channels open as well. Our dev role most of the times is working on Discord. So if you ever need some help, go to our Discord channel. There's a dev role or engineering help tab. Those two channels, you can talk to our product team or the dev role team. And we have a lot of partners. And we are like Coinbase backed as well. So, so far every day, like we are having a lot of transactions, and we have already treated now it's like nearly 200 million EVM transactions, and we have like 3.6 million users and a lot of like contracts and cross-chain transactions every day happening. And we actually have a grant. I know a lot of people are reaching out to me to ask about Zeta Chain grants. So I would say we teaching it last year, January. And after that, we have been doing very heavy work for the integration with other chains. So we actually announced the Solana this January, and Sway, both Sway and Ton are on testnet. So it's like launching very soon. So if you ever interested in building on us, our ecosystem, so our main focus starting from since like last quarter, it's like building the ecosystem. So we have 5% token allocation to support our universal apps. And if you're building on the BTC one, which we're like having specific focus, we have 1% exclusively for those BTC related apps. So if you ever wanted to build something, feel free to scan this code, or you just search up Zeta Chain grants. So it's like for all the grants, it's like depends on each case, it's different. But we have all the BD support or the DAFRO support once you decided to get on board on us. And last thing is, yeah, I know there are a lot of developers probably wanted to know more technical things, which I unfortunately cannot answer smoothly, but feel free to scan our code and get to know or talk to our team through this channel. So this is our Telegram channel. We're gonna post a lot of like upcoming events, hackathons, and a lot of integration. So keep an eye on us, and I'm Julie, so feel free to reach out through DM anytime. All right, so thank you again, Colin, for giving us a chance.
Thank you. Good job. Awesome. Thank you, Zeta Chain, for joining us today. Exciting to see connecting all of the chains, which is our mission. Also want to remind everybody who's watching, we've got a lot of people watching online, that they should apply for a Polygon grant. I've talked to a lot of people who asked, why should I build on Polygon? I think that was the question before. And so cheap and fast is one important thing, but interconnected is the other. So connecting things to the ag layer and connecting all the chains together is a reason that you would want to build with the Polygon network, as well as the aggregation layer. But another really good reason to build on Polygon is because there is an ecosystem fund. And that fund is being decentralized and sharing the grants rather than a centralized grant organization. The Community Treasury Board of Polygon has decided to decentralize and give out grants through 10 different organizations. So you can actually go apply for 10 different grant programs out here. So I encourage you all to dive in and go build grants. I think I'm streaming correct. Cool. And I would love for everybody to scan the QR code as well. So if you need to get that QR code, you need to get links to all these things as well. If you, again, don't forget to sign up on that form. So if you go to that form, it takes you to our link tree. So you can apply for the demo day right on our site. So you can go apply right here. So if you're in our boot camp, I also want to award you some nice prizes. We have the founder of OMI coming to speak at 5 o'clock. I have one more presenter, Igmar, from the action item team at Denver, who's going to come give us a presentation. But I also want to find out if anybody would like a t-shirt. So I've got large and medium at the very least. So I will pass out all the large right here. So we'll make sure that you guys get them as you, if you would like. I'll pass out the large right here. And I just want to say thank you guys for coming and putting up with all of the presentations. I know it was a long week. So I just want to say thank you. And so part of that saying thank you, I also have some XLs here. And we will pass out all of these. So if you want a t-shirt, come and grab them if you want. I'll also put them over on the side table over here. So, and I just want everybody to feel like they're a part of the Dabl Club. And if you want to join the Dabl Club, it's as simple as joining our Telegram group. So if you go right here, you can join EthSF Telegram group, and we now have over 3,447 members. And if you join our chat group, you can see there's quite a bit of chatter in there, and you can chat with our team. We've got teams from all over the world. So these are people that have hacked in East Global hackathons all over the world, and we've really grown the community. And this has all been in the last year. So the Dabl Club is a new organization. And we're dedicated to building out this aggregation layer, as well as the Polygon proof of stake. So I want to do a demo of the OMI device because we have a hackathon going on right now. And on that same link you can find, but if you go to omi.me, you can always buy your own dev kit. I have my very last dev kit right here to give away to one winner today. And we have Nick coming in to present. So I want to do a quick screen share to my MacBook Pro. Should work. Let's see. Perfect. All right, so you can now see my screen. I'm sharing my personal phone. And hope the audio is coming through correctly. Let's make sure. Yeah, okay. Let me do that one more time. So I'm going to do a quick demo of the OMI so that you guys can see what the OMI device actually looks like to use in the mobile app. So once you connect the OMI device to your device, so I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect. Right now, I'm connected to my dev kit that I'm wearing right here. I'm going to unpair it, and I just go up here, and I can see the nearby devices, and I go and I select the nearby devices, searching for devices. It's always funny when the demo breaks right in front of you. Never seems to fail. So you connect via Bluetooth to the device. And of course, it always fails right as I'm trying to do the demo. Or a USB-C cord. That's hilarious. I just disconnected it, reconnected it. Well, we'll do the demo in a second, but so you can see here that the OMI brings in all of my conversations. So you can see all of my conversations. I just had a conversation about hackathon presentations and AI agent demos. I said, hey, Igmar's going to prepare to practice the AI agent demo, showcasing Eliza quick start guide and GitHub forking. So that action item just came through. And then the speaker's going to connect with I connected with Tyler from Cookbook. There's a potential collaboration. So I meet with Cookbook. And I'm also going to arrange for ZetaChain and Polygon event. So these are some of the action items from today's conversations. And I can also see other events that have picked up in my conversations. I see that there's a happy hour event going on March 13th at 7 p.m. So that would probably be the HF0 Orange DAO Circuit happy hour. And then there's also hackathon presentations and Nick's arrival at 5 p.m. So everything that I've been talking about today is now in my OMI, and I can see that right here as well. You have the capability to see the full live transcript. So you can see this transcript in here And I can go in and I can see all this data right here, but I can also chat with bots. And those bots are in here. These are OMI apps. And if you enable an OMI app, you basically give a person, you can talk to a personality that has access to all of your data. So all that data that the OMI is capturing is being sent to a transcription server. That transcript is then sent to a vector database and then shared with OpenAI as to get LLM access via what we would call retrieval augmented generation. So we get a enhanced OpenAI ChatGPT that's now enabled with a personality, but also with all the gigabytes and gigabytes of my data. So this is very interesting to see. I can also go in and I can ask it questions about myself, and it knows. So I went and asked it, tell me about myself, my values, my intentions, my home life, and my dog's name. Who here knows my dog's name? Purple, yes, and so does the OMI. So the OMI here says you have a strong connection with your dog whose name is Purple. It also says my intentions and lifestyle choices reflect the focus on health and well-being. I follow a keto diet and I lost weight recently, which is true. I just lost 30 pounds. So my OMI knows that I've been losing weight, knows that I've been having a healthy lifestyle. It knows when I have a girlfriend who originally lived in Sunnyvale. It knows that my parents live in Sugar Land, Texas. It knows quite a bit about me, which is very interesting. But the more interesting part is getting access to this data outside of the OMI app. So if you go to the Explore page of the app, you see that there's all these popular apps. And some of these apps are just like that chatbot, where I can chat with this mentor-like functionality built into the app. But there's also external integrations. And so I can take the Google Drive app, for example, and I can connect my OMI to my Google Drive and ship all my audio files and transcripts to a Google Drive where I can then access them. I also have a Notion integration in here, which is enabled, and I can actually see all of my notes and all of my transcripts pop up automatically in Notion. So I've been sharing all of my Notion notes, which is pretty interesting to see for my team. They can see all the conversations that I've had when I'm wearing the OMI. An awesome one would be an OMI translator. I can translate automatically into multiple languages thanks to LLMs. And I can also detect lies. I'm not sure if it's a perfect lie detector, but it's a pretty amazing possibility to detect lies using the OMI. Probably the most interesting is the Zapier automated workflow, which in a way, MCP and model context protocol is like a Zapier for LLMs, but now you can just plug your OMI directly into your Zapier workflow. Someone also created one called Action Items, which I almost want to get a meeting with them because we launched Action Item at the Denver Hackathon. So they're using the same name, but pulling your action items out and making it into something that's a centralized to-do list. So there's a lot of really exciting apps in here. The Notion one is probably the one that I use the most because I can go and access and search in Notion all of my memories. So this is something that I really enjoyed using in my personal life, but I also want to pull this data out via API. So if you want to do that, you need the starting place is to go to the OMI GitHub. Let's see. And if you go to my cursor has disappeared. Anyone notice that my cursor has disappeared? There we go. All right, so the OMI website, you can go here and you click on GitHub, and this is a good place to start. But you can also go to docs.omi.me, and it's a great place to start. So if you want to start building for the OMI hackathon, you want to go to the developer section, go to apps, and go to introduction. So this is the starting point that you'll want to go. I'm going to invite Igmar to come up and talk about his project and what he's building with the OMI device. He's connected to the ELIZA agents. So Igmar? I think I sent you a StreamYard link. Yeah, you did. Cool. All right. Take it right there. You're gonna need this. Really? Just do the StreamYard. I'll look it up.
Yeah, sounds good. What's going on, everybody? Going over some technical stuff in the background, so bear with me. You get my mouse record too. OMI fit. Grabbing a StreamYard link real quick. says I'm entering the studio. I'm not wrapping it, but I'm entering the stu. All right, so time the answer. You're backstage. 80%. Oh, make yourself. Cheers. Great. Good. Okay. What's up, everybody? My name is Igmer, and today I'm going to be showcasing the quick start Eliza. Hold on here a little bit. So I'll be showcasing the Eliza and how to build with it. So, like, let me get a show of hands. Is everybody here like familiar with GitHub? Everybody knows GitHub, right? If you guys want to follow along, like, you guys can go ahead on GitHub right now and try to fork Eliza with me. So. So inside here, inside of the Eliza documentation, again, you guys might want to go ahead and look on side of Google, say quick start Eliza. So right here, we see it's going to take me to the GitHub for the Eliza starter. And something that I just want to like highlight really quick is that right here, it says you could get the code from right here. That's something that a lot of people that are beginners in coding do. They usually come in here, they grab this link. But something that I want to show you that's like important so that you're not trying to push straight to the Eliza is you could come right here and you could fork. Inside of GitHub, you can fork. Click that little fork button. Right here it says choose the owner. Like, let's say you have an organization that you're working with. I'm gonna pick myself, but right here, Dabl Club's one. I'm gonna pick myself, Eliza starter. Just call it Eliza 3.0. So I'm gonna create the fork right there. Waiting, takes a little second. So now I have my own fork right here. You can see it says Exuchihan. Instead of it saying like Eliza or whatever the Eliza team was, it's my fork. So right here, I'm gonna show you guys a command. I like to press Command Space. So inside of Command Space, you guys are able to see right here it says Spotlight Search. I'm gonna just search my terminal. So we're gonna open the terminal. We're gonna go ahead and clear it. And we're gonna do I'm gonna do a CD. So CD means change directories. So right here, I'm inside of a directory called code. I don't want to be there. Maybe you guys have a folder you guys want to make for this. So we're changing directories, and you could list the directory to see what projects you have in here. I think this is important because sometimes when you like fork a project and you just leave it anywhere, you don't even know where it's at. So we're gonna go ahead and CD into the code file just for demonstration. And we're gonna list again what I have in here. So I have an Arbitrum one, I have an NFT, I have a Presto Master. And now we're actually going to go ahead and run the git clone. So we're going to do git clone. And at the end of it, you could write like a little like message to yourself, like whatever projects you want. I see Walrus in front of me. I kind of something tells me to say Walrus. Just the lines. Eliza 3. So we're now going to open the project, the code document. And so the code document is something that you actually have to like find out how to run yourself. Yeah. So now I have a fresh, oh wait, actually I'm gonna still grab this again. So like, let's look at this. You see how it opened up right here? It says has a whole bunch of projects. So we're gonna exit out. So again, I said you could LS. So we're gonna LS right here. We can see now you have the Eliza 3.0. So we're going to change directories inside of Eliza 3.0. And now we're going to run code doc. So now it's going to open the actual Eliza project inside of my cursor or VS Code, IntelliJ, whatever you guys choose to use. Another command I like to run off the bat is Command J, so it opens your terminal. So right here inside here, we usually run stuff like npm install, npm start, npm start client dev. We're going to go back inside of the Eliza documentation and see what they want us to run off the bat. So right here, it wants us to copy an env file. So we'll do that. So inside the terminal, we're going to run. So we're going to do the cp.env example. And right here, you can see that it gave me an env file with a whole bunch of random env stuff. Pretty cool. So in here, you can start configuring other things like Telegram, Twitter, Instagram, different things that you would like to work with. Like another one that I'm currently working on is Uber Eats. So they could like, with the action item, I'm trying to go ahead and just say, hey, Uber, like I want to go purchase, I want a Domino's pizza. Like a Domino's pizza sounds really fire right now. Cheese and no meats. So that's something that I'm probably order. Now I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like when you're getting this successfully run. So we're gonna go ahead here. So this is a successfully running ELIZA right here. I'm gonna go ahead and so I mentioned earlier inside the ELIZA documentation, right here, it says how to use the script. So you can I'll definitely read through this ELIZA documentation. It's like a lifesaver. If you read through this, there's like no failing in getting your ELIZA started. So yeah, it says CD into ELIZA. Now we're gonna do a PNPM install. What I would say is that prior to this, ELIZA wasn't really running PNPM install. I'll show you it was running something else where it was like PNPM no frozen lock file. So if you guys have any trouble with that, I would definitely go back and try to find out what the PNPM no frozen lock file command is. So you guys can see it's running in the background, doing some like crazy stuff in the background. But now we'll show you guys what it looks like when it's actually like running. So after you do the PNPM install command, you want to go ahead and run PNPM build. And usually before running PNPM build, what I like to do is come inside. Let's see. So the index structure is. So right here, you guys see how it says double plugin version 0.018. So that I know that I'm updating my version, I usually just put this up one more. So we're gonna change it to 0.19. Just so like for sanity's sake, so that you know that your project's updating. Oh. So now we run the PNPM build command. You guys can see it's building in the background. And yay, 90 successful builds. So now I'm gonna go ahead and run my character. So how do I know like how to run my character? Again, you guys wanna come inside the documentation. And right here it says start the agent. Start the agent. So right here it gives you a sample command of PNPM start, blah, 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 character / deep thought. So I created my own character right here. It's called Double Agent. Shout out Dabl Club. Double Agent. So right here inside of the characters, I have 607 own character. I have a C3PO, but the one we're looking at right now is Double Agent 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and run Double Agent 2. And like, what are some cool things that I'm trying to do right now with the Double Agent? Okay, let me show you guys. So we have a Twitter. We're gonna make it tweet to Twitter. We have it running on Telegram. Go back to start the agent, so? You wanted to see that one more time? Gotcha. So again, before, let's say you guys made some changes to some files, you want to run PNPM build so that you make sure that everything builds in the background. And then the other command you run is PNPM start dash character and whatever character you like to run. So here you guys can see I'm running Double Agent 2. Again, like just because they asked me like, can you go run the character again? I'm gonna show you guys where I'm getting this command here. Again, the ELIZA documentation is right here. It's the quick start guide. And I've just been working through this. We did the first, the git clone, then we changed directories into the project. And then we did a PNPM install, we did a PNPM build, and now we're starting the character. So that's what right here, start the agent. You see PNPM build is up here, we did a PNPM install, now we're starting the agent. And after you get the agent started, you want to run the PNPM start client. That's how you get to see the front end. gonna go right here. I'm gonna just run it for so you guys can see. So yeah, Eliza does come with the front end. So I'll show you right now. Right here, you guys see, Control C. Control C. So I'm gonna restart everything, and the command to run the front end is pm start semicolon client. So we're gonna go ahead and run that. Take a look, and boom, go. And we're gonna run the character again. So now we're gonna show me actually like talking to the character on the Eliza front end. Okay, there you see him, double agent. He's right there, ready to get rolling. Let me make sure there's some stuff that I want to talk to him about. So I want to show you guys inside of here. Okay, double agent number 2. Right here it has. So, wow, it doesn't have the clients now. So right here you guys see how it says clients. We're gonna add Twitter so they get tweet to Twitter. Twitter. And inside of plugins, you guys see that we're using the plugin Dabl because that is the plugin that we actually built right here. And we're going to actually go ahead and try the plugin Twitter, and we'll do the Eliza plugin Telegram. So we'll add Telegram right too. Let me run the character again because it wasn't running while I did that. Oh, we'll do a build again because we need to build a character. And we'll see if we get any errors because that's kind of the fun part of this. So we're building and successfully built. Run the character. Woo! It looks. I love the green. I love it when I have green inside my terminal. When I get red, I start bugging. No pun intended. I start bugging. I'm so funny sometimes. So now I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna make it tweet or Twitter. I'm gonna be like, what's a cryptocurrency that you guys really like? We really like crypto, guys. I don't see anyone interact with me. Give me a crypto that you guys really like. Come on, shout it out. Scream it. Tor? H-bar. Okay, we got H-bar in the lab. Got an H-bar guy. Tweet about H-bar. There's no promises that it'll tweet about H-bar. It might even tweet about XRP instead. Gotta wait, it's digesting what I just said to it. So you guys see the action right here says post tweet. So now we're actually gonna go check out the tweet. Let me go to X real quick.
Is this like a general do anything agent or is it a Twitter agent?
Right now I had it configured just to tweet to Twitter. So right now, like I said, right now we had asked like, what crypto do you want me to tweet about? My friend said H-bar. So we're expecting the agent to tweet about H-bar. We're just looking for the Twitter. Twitter, X, where you at, X. X extentacion. Okay, I literally just had X open. Oh. Wow, it said my account's been locked. Honestly, that's probably because I was tweeting with my AI agent. It locked my account, which is hilarious. Don't forget to register your bot as a parody or as a bot on Twitter because they're literally crashing. They're cracking down on AI agents.
Yeah, agents can't have Twitter accounts.
So you have to register your AI agent as an agent or as a bot. Otherwise, like you see right here, it's telling me to please verify. And yeah, they crack down on agents. I just had an agent. Okay, I need to find the one with the. Where's the X? I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't wait for this to happen. It's telling me for verification code. get that out. So, 4, 6. Using the arrows, move the person to the indicated seed. What the heck? It's that one. Hopefully I'm not a bot, guys. My age is gonna get me out of work. Account unlocked. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. So now we unlock the agent. Let's see the tweets today. Oh, we're gonna look for my agent actually. So we're looking for Tesla bot. Tesla bot 369. So here's Tesla bot, and let's see if it's tweeted about XRP. Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, didn't go through because you were blocked.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was blocked. So let's make it tweet again.
Make a tweet.
Let's make this guy tweet. Now I need to find my Eliza thing. Tweet about HR. It was the request. So I'm going to make sure that the action is post tweet.
So like what are functions of being able to create as agents? Like is it only like NLM derived or can it do actions like trading and stuff?
Oh yeah, so let me show you actually how you're saying. So here in my plugin right here, we have register projects action. We have examples that you're saying. So right here's an example of registering a project. So yeah, right here is the example. I understand this is how we train the AI agent to register projects. So like, let's say right now, you see how right here it says register project action. If it doesn't do that, it's gonna ignore. It'll instead of like inside of the Eliza, I'll show you. You see how right here it says post tweet on the bottom? If it doesn't do the action, it'll just ignore him. So I'll give you an example. This one's definitely gonna register the project. But I'll give you an example of me trying to like order with Uber Eats and it ignores my action.
Like if you give you the command to execute the action.
So time.
Give the command and execute the action.
I'm doing the command to execute that. Yeah.
Do it, it ignores.
If I do it, yeah, in the code, it's ignoring it just because it's not configured right. And right here it says register project. You see how it register the project? I'll show you right now when it ignores. So just so you get an idea of what I'm saying.
Really happy. Sorry, we kind of we're running out of time, but yeah, but no, try to answer it.
So right here, like again, like see how right here it says check order? That's the action. So I'm over here asking it for a double cheeseburger from McDonald's and a Diet Coke. And we'll, like I said, I'll show you. This one says it registered the project, you see? Like, let's say that the AI agent starts hallucinating. It's not really understanding what I'm saying. It will ignore me. But that's because it's hard-coded inside of the Eliza code to ignore me. So right here, you see how it says ignore? The bottom? Ignore. Ignore. That's because I'll show you inside of the code why it's doing that. So we're going to go.
Yeah, we're out of time.
Yeah, I was trying to show you the ignore, but we're running out of time. And I just want to, before we run out of time, I want to give a huge shout out to the Dabl Club first and foremost. Shout out Dabl Club. They're freaking great. Go ahead and check this account out on Instagram. It's almost at 18K. Go crazy. It's so funny. It's like one of my favorite accounts. And I want to show you guys one more thing. I'm sorry, Paul. Shout out to Hustle, one of my best friends, the engineers in the back. So definitely give him a talk to him. This is the Hustle app, and we have an AI agent here too to say, hey, see if it's running. It's thinking. It says thinking. But yeah, that's it. And thank you guys. Yeah, shout out Dabl Club.
Thank you. Round of applause for Ikma. I'm excited to introduce the next speaker. Incredibly excited as we have the founder of OMI. And just a reminder that we have the OMI hackathon going on right now. So we'd love to have you. Check.
Yeah. And you have this. You can just plug it here.
I'll
You have
join
to
or
join the StreamYard.
yeah.
I don't know, just join the StreamYard. All you have to do is share your screen. You don't need.
Easy. Where's that? Their screen, cool, should work.
Does it? Let's see. Share screen again. Is it sharing?
Yes.
I can see it. Yeah, there.
Very cool. So this is for online people, right?
This is the on.
Okay, but these people, folks, can you actually like see what's happening on the screen? Because I've been sitting there and I didn't see absolutely any. Like, guys on the back, can you see it? Yeah, can you say yes if you do? It's a lie. I don't believe you.
Right here.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Where do I? Is there like something to
hold the mic?
This?
Yeah, I can hold it.
No, it's all right. I'll scream. I'll scream. I'll scream. Oh yeah. Okay, folks. So I'm pushing this link right now to a QR code, which you can QR code generator. So you could actually see my screen here. If you want to like see it like real time right now, everything I'm showing. Wait. Oh, it's. Yes.
You have to choose on the mirror menu on the top corner right there. Click that button. Then choose content.
Oh, I see. Full screen. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So this QR code will give you like zoomed in screen of mine. If you want, you can like scan it, especially those on the back, because I didn't see absolutely anything. Like if you screen it, you'll be able to live see my full stream screen even faster than anywhere else. So take a minute. But anyways, meanwhile you're doing it, I'm gonna show you like how to earn $50,000 in cash tomorrow. That's pretty much it. By the way, there are a couple people in the back there. I could see you. If you want to win $50,000 in cash, come to the stage. Yes, I already see one more person. Come more and more and more, folks. $50,000 in cash. In 2 days. It'll be insane. Oh, I'll also give you free devices, by the way. So come. All right. Sorry, it doesn't work? Fuck. Does anyone know like any similar Okay, how about we put this live stream that we are actually currently doing this thing somehow, right? We can do this as well. Is there like a link? 1 second. No, I don't think there is a link. Colin, where are you? Colin, come. Does anyone know like a program that allows to do? Let's do screen share to audience. Let's see what else we can use here pretty quick. TeamViewer is trash. Okay, let's do Zoom. Actually, this is gonna be disgusting. Okay. Yes, firstly I'll do this. Advanced, no screen, full screen. Okay, cool. All right, and I'm gonna put a new link on the QR code then. Okay, this is Zoom. When you scan it, please like disable audio or it will be pain. This should work better. You can also like see the live stream, but I have no idea where the link is. So.
It's on x.dabl.
Oh, okay. So there is a link. How do I find it? x.dabl.club.
Okay.
You can see it right here.
Yeah, but they need the link. They don't have the link.
Oh, go to x.com/Dabl Club.
1 second.
I'll drop the link in our chat group as well.
I want these people to have the link. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh my God, Fox, we have it. I'll Omi Mentor, which I actually built. But the problem is, and how does it work is here. Actually, let me see. Do I have any notification maybe for it? No, unfortunately, no. I'll just share. I'll just show you here on the screen. So yeah, this is an example of a notification it gives. It like listens to your conversation and it's telling me something like, "Hey Nick, you know, you have a video shoot. You're probably tired, and you know, you should prioritize your health." Blah 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 blah. But this is shit because this app has so much context about me that it should know that I don't like to rest. I don't care about the health, and I just want to grind and build cool things and so on. So this is completely irrelevant feedback, unfortunately, that we are getting from the device. Okay. Now here is an example of the feedbacks that can actually be useful, and by building a few of them, you can literally get $50,000 in cash. This is the whole goal of the hackathon. The use cases here are, can someone turn off the audio? I can hear myself. Thank you. Cool. So for example, you have a meeting with someone and you can say, "Hey, Omi, like, what do you think?" And it tells you, "Oh, I noticed you're in the meeting. Here's like what you can do. Here's like a potential solution you can do. Here's like, you know, you're arguing with someone, let's say with your mom, like, "Mom, I like drinking." And Omi says like, "Hey, you actually kind of like shouldn't drink, but drinking is actually also okay, but you should not argue with your mom," you know, to kind of like give you alternative advice and like tell you who is right and so on. Another thing is like to get relevant questions. For example, imagine you're on a call with like Elon Musk tomorrow, right? And you have no idea what you can ask him. And this thing can potentially tell you like right away what is currently happening in Elon Musk's life due to his like real-time Twitter context, and suggest you real-time the questions you should ask him. For example, hey, you should ask him like about, I don't know, he's like x.com revamp or something like that. Okay. Next use case is you had a meeting with someone and you were like mumbling the entire time, just like me doing it right now. And this thing can suggest you after the meeting, like specifically on bullet points, here you said right, here you said wrong, here's like what you should improve next time, and so on, basically. And the last use case, imagine you're waking up tomorrow, for example, and you're all busy, right? You're a developers, you need to like earn money, you need to prioritize what the fuck you're doing. And this thing can tell you, okay, good morning, here's what you should do based on like hundreds of things you did before, thousands of things you mentioned, here's what your colleagues requested, and so on and so forth, okay? So these all use cases can be done just with prompting in literally like one day. And yeah, and you can get 50K, which is basically the price for this hackathon, which just started and ends in 2 weeks from now. So you have 2 weeks basically to do something cool. Now, what I'm going to show you, I think I'm going to show you like how to actually use an app, and I will show you like how easy it is. It's like literally 2 minutes of time, and then you'll decide by yourself if you want to do it or no. Okay. Let's go to, actually, let me show you my screen back again on this app. Oh, okay, not this one. Let's do this one. Cool. So I'll do it from mobile phone. I'm clicking create an app. And here I'll paste like some random picture, for example, I don't know, something like this. We'll call it mentor app, and we'll give it like a category. We'll call it something like, I don't know, this is an app that gives relevant feedback on arguments. Okay, we'll leave it as free. We'll not provide any screenshots. Now we are adding the capability. This is basically you just like submitted a prompt, like how should the app behave. This is the simplest use case. You can also make it like with webhooks and so on, which is much more complicated. I'm not going to show it now. Let's do like a super simple conversation prompt. For example, you just listened to a conversation of 2 people arguing. Evaluate each one of them arguments and tell who is right. Cool. make it pop, and yeah, just submit. So I just did it in like 2 minutes. Yeah, what's up? Oh, it's called Omi AI. Yeah. We'll win them soon. So thank you. Anyways, just go to, yeah, if you want an app, just go to like App Store and search Omi AI. Anyway, so this is the app I just created in like 2 minutes, and it's already live basically. After I'm done with this conversation, actually, let me just like show you an example. Let's say, I'm not sure it will capture it because I just built the app during this talk, but let's try. Like, hey mom, I really don't want to go back to Russia because like I'll probably go to prison right away. Please don't convince me. This is a real-time argument I actually had with my mom recently, who is still in Russia and wants me to come back. So let's see if it captured it. Yes, it did. And probably, yeah, we had like too much context. It will not understand it, but we'll see. Confirm. We'll just finish the conversation to see the result. It will take like a couple seconds to process. We are running like, I don't know, like 5 different models right now simultaneously as we speak. So it will take some time. What can I show you meanwhile here? Oh yeah, let me show you a mentor app maybe that I built. This one. Oh, and also it will show this red error often because I'm currently on my test flight, and our test flight unfortunately always has bugs. So keep that in mind. But production should not. Is there use cases here? No, there is no use cases. Okay, I will not show you unfortunately. Let's just wait until it processes. Okay, cool. So the conversation got processed, the one that I just had, and our app should be somewhere here. Let's see. Unfortunately, it didn't pop up the app. Let's see why. Did it activate it? How did I call it? I call it like mentor, right? Or something. No, I just want like people to build a cool app that I want to use, to be honest. And I'll pay 50,000 for it. Yeah, that's it. It's just honestly like, yeah, I want this app for myself, and a lot of people in our community want it as well. So that's why we are running it. Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me re-summarize pretty quick. Oh, and by the way, the reason why we probably will not see that app that I've just created is all apps trigger automatically. So it's needed for them to catch a lot of relevant context. Since that app is detecting arguments, the entire conversation should be like one huge argument. Otherwise, it will not be triggered probably. So, but let's see. Let's see if it got triggered. No, it didn't. Maybe we should start a new conversation here. And let's see if it got triggered on a new one. Yes. Especially if you build an app for it. No, but it can, because it streams like real-time audio, and you can capture real-time audio from an app called like real-time audio. So like everything I'm saying can be like streamed to any server, to any service. So you can do it if you really want to. Okay, let's see if it got triggered for this one. No, a bunch of different apps got triggered, but mine didn't. Let's debug. How was it called? It was called Mentor. Yes. Oh, really? No. Which one? Oh, this one, Mentor app. Yes. Okay, let's see what else can I improve here. You just listen to blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's add like one more capability. You are an argument decider. Yeah, probably I need to like do a little bit more prompting for it to be triggered. But anyways. Yeah, let's try maybe one more time. Let's give it another try and see if it gets triggered. Oh, I know how to try, like much better. Okay. Hey, Jessica. I really don't think you should go to drive a car being drunk. I think it's a huge mistake, and you will die probably. No, John, I want to drive drunk. I completely disagree with you. You are dumb, and I disrespect you. Okay, this one hopefully should detect as an argument, but let's see. Or if not, I just really need to spend a lot of time. Yes, but still, it hopefully should detect it still. It hopefully still. I've never tried it before, by the way. It was like so quick, you know, just like build an app and oh wait, it did it. Okay, cool. Woo! Thanks God. So yeah, you just need to like argue a lot, or you need to like yeah, basically you just need to argue a lot. Anyways, so this is the context of an app. It detected there was like, you know, two people arguing, and it said speaker one is right. So basically, the person who was like against driving drunk is right. Okay. So I just did it without writing a single line of code in 1 minute. Sorry, okay, I didn't lie, not lying. 10 minutes with just prompting. And this is already 99% better than most of the people who can do something, because most of the people will not do anything. If you spend at least 10 times more time than me, you can get $50,000 in the next 2 weeks. Good luck. Thank you. Any questions? No, there are two people, both who will get $25,000 in cash. Or two teams, by the way. I don't care. What's up? That's fucked up. But let me get back to you like in a second, and let's see. Anything else? What's up? Sorry? I only want this one. I only want this like mentor app. That's it. Honestly, it's just text basically. So like real-time transcripts, only that. So yeah. I don't care. You can process with anything you want. Anything else? Cool. Okay. I wish I could also show you like notifications stuff. Oh, by the way, look, it's actually pretty cool. So you see this notification? It was sent. Oh, wait, you cannot see anything. Here you are. So this is again from my phone. It came from the device that I'm wearing because I had my own mentor app installed. Okay. And what it said, Nick, you need to fix your app's notification immediately if it doesn't understand your preferences. Blah, blah. It heard like something about notification and gave like this feedback real time. But it's shit. That's why we are doing this hackathon, so that people could improve it. That's all I wanted to say. Anything else? Okay, cool. Awesome. I will put this link as a QR code right now as well, so that you can register and go to our Discord directly. 1 second. Oh, here you are. So you can scan it, and it will automatically redirect you to Discord, and you can like ask, like, hey guys, can I build with anyone? And you can like find team members and so on. Trust me, it's very fun. There is also 7,000 people who will help you to set up everything. And that guy who couldn't run the app, they will help you as well, bro. But now I will help you. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Good luck, and thank you for your time. Bye.